For more on President Trump's address, I'd like to welcome in Democrat Representative Hillary Scholten of Michigan. Thank you so much, Congresswoman, for giving us some of your time. What stood out to you the most from what we heard from President Trump last night?
You know, I have said since the beginning of the second Trump administration that I'm willing to work with anyone on issues that help American families. I think one of the things that really stood out to me was just some of the lies and misleading information that was coming out of the speech last night. And, it's not just frustrating to hear the leader of our nation deal in mistruths. They have real implications for the American people. When the president was talking about, people approaching 300 years old being on, Social Security, those individuals are no longer receiving Social Security payments. The Social Security Administration tracks, individuals who have had Social Security numbers and received Social Security, but that does not mean they are still receiving Social Security. That information is being used by Elon Musk and his band of 20-year-olds to potentially deny individuals Social Security payments that they're entitled to.
Yeah, and we know that there are certainly very real fears from many, certainly many Democrats about what is happening right now. We heard, Representative, plenty of disagreement last night from the Democratic Party, the president even acknowledging it at one point. I'd like to listen to some of what he said specifically about the Democratic Party.
I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do.
All right. So, Congresswoman, what are your thoughts here? Because we know that the Democratic Party certainly has had some difficulty kind of coalescing, kind of finding its footing, particularly after the presidential loss in November. Do you think this is a rallying point for Democrats to capitalize on?
Last night, I have to say, when I was sitting there last night and he went on to say, I could find a cure for, a rare disease and they wouldn't stand. It is so far from the truth. There are plenty of things that would have gotten us to stand and cheer, certainly would have gotten me to stand and cheer. If the president would have found a cure for cancer, I would have been on my feet in no time. Goodness, if he would have even admitted that he will stop trying to defund cancer research in this country, I would have stood and applauded. But, the reason we stood unified and strong in that moment was because some of the actions that the president and his administration have been taking are deeply harming the American people. And you're right, there are a lot of concerns right now, and not only among Democrats. I'm the first Democrat in a century to hold this seat. Last week when I was home and doing town halls, something my Republican colleagues are not willing to do at this time, meeting my constituents face to face, I went to a part of my district that Trump won by 18 points. And what I got there was a reception of people who are terrified about cuts to Medicaid, Social Security, Medicare, federal workers with the Forest Service who have lost their jobs, because of these reckless firings. And it's not just Democrats who are concerned. Elon Musk is running an agency right now that is largely operating in the shadows with no transparency and accountability. Musk is, not just an unelected individual. He's Trump's top campaign donor. That should concern a lot of people that care about, accountability, transparency in the government. And I introduced a bill, the CLEAR Act, to help address some of this. Most notably, what this bill does not do is, require DOGE to stop what they're doing. I believe that we should have a major audit of our funding in this country. I've said it since the first day I was elected. But the American people deserve to know what is being found and the actions that are being taken in response. If there's fraud, if there's waste in our government, we deserve to know about it. Yeah. And the American people deserve a chance to weigh in through their representatives in Congress by voting on it.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.